They're getting drunk. They're getting drunk. They're a bunch of idiots getting drunk, talking about conspiracy theories. There's really not much more to it than that. You're listening to Drunk Theory.
Welcome to Drunk Theory. I'm Kara.
I'm Kelly.
Ryan. I'm Ryan. I'm here.
Hey, you always go third. What the
My bad. I fucked up. I was writing something down and I fucked up.
Why can't we ever get this right?
Y'all, we need to print it out and hang it up there. What we say.
I am Matthew.
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 I forgot what I was even writing.
Alright, so this Drunk
if
Theory.
you can't tell, we're already
We
really
actually
drunk.
pre-gamed with another podcaster before this recording, so blame the S. Anthony one though. Right?
The S. Anthony Thomas show?
No, I was his handle. And,
Oh!
come on.
If this episode doesn't get released, it's his fault.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame
We're just gonna post that. we can't do anything because S. Anthony Thomas fucked us.
So this week we are talking about terrible families is what I have. I think Kelly said dysfunctional. I think the original one was fucked up families.
Yes.
Let's
all
go
of
with
those
that. I like
things
that
Let's
one.
go with fucked up families.
fucked up families. All of that is in play.
We actually posted our pictures as we came up with them and asked y'all to guess
That was a good idea.
what the topic was. So we did have a couple winners. Weird thing about that podcast, they got it right. Shout out to those guys.
Hey, y'all.
What was their actual guess, though?
It was dysfunctional families.
Yeah. So dysfunctional, terrible, fucked up. Eh.
I'm looking for fucked up.
Nobody
They
actually
didn't
said
get it.
fucked up.
They didn't get it right if they didn't say fucked
Well,
up.
I've been saying dysfunctional, and there's a reason why.
I was saying terrible. But either way, so weird thing about that, yay for y'all. Big Nick from Gag on This Pod, he got it. Y'all can find him on YouTube.
Hey, Nick.
That's a clever name.
Gag on This Pod, I know.
Pod.
And those are
They are funny.
They are funny.
Really funny.
I like that. I'm gonna have to go listen.
That is a fabulous
Should.
group of people.
Yeah.
The first ones to get it right was actually Scottish Murders.
Which is also fabulous.
It is, but they give us way too much credit. Like, did you see their answers? They were being very specific and very smart, and I kept having to tell them, I'm like, no, you've got to dumb it down. Like, say that same thing, but say it dumber. But so, thank you very much, Scottish Murders. We are going to put your promo right here.
Yeah.
I'm Dawn. And I'm Cole. And Scottish Murders is a true crime podcast dedicated to people from or living in Scotland.
Just like anywhere else in the world, these murders can be truly horrific and shocking, and we want to shine more light upon them.
Join us every 2 weeks on Scottish Murders, where we'll bring you cases both solved and unsolved, giving you an insight into the other side of bonnie Scotland.
Find us wherever you stream your podcasts, as well as on social media.
Join us there. Bye!
Terrible families, fucked up families. That's what we're going with. Fucked up families. Kelly, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Bahama Mamas by the pitcher. So we are taking 3 cups of OJ, 3 cups of unsweetened pineapple juice, 1.5 cups of simple syrup, 1.5 cups of coconut rum, 1.5 cups of white rum, 3/4 cups of grenadine, and 3/4 cups of fruit flavored rum. I'm using mango tonight. And we are stirring all that shit together in a pitcher. We are garnishing it with orange wedges and cherries. And it's delicious and wonderful and yummy.
We did it a minute ago. How many cups of alcohol was
Yeah,
in this
but
pitcher?
because this is Drunk Theory, we obviously doubled the amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, in the first pitcher that I made that we've already been through, I made it just like this. So, in the original recipe, we have 3.75 cups of booze.
What about the one we're drinking now?
The one we are drinking right now, we have 4.5 cups of booze.
I didn't up it that much.
I didn't up it that much. No, I just upped the regular rum and a little bit of the mango rum.
Alright, so I picked the Spears family. Of course, with the Britney Spears, all of this shit.
Britney alone.
Hold on, because I got that in there. Don't be. You can't interject here at all, because you're going to be throwing in things that I already have notes for, and you're going to screw me up.
Hold on a second, though. You brought a topic that we cannot interject on? What the
He
fuck
can't.
is...
Because
No.
y'all are fine. It's just...
I gotta shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up Saturday.
Well, that's not cool.
It is because he's gonna say everything that I already have notes for, and he's gonna throw me off.
I'll stop you. I will.
Alright, so I did the Spears.
Whatever.
So the Free Britney hashtag movement or whatever started in 2019 after allegations of abuse from her conservatorship came about. Just like Ryan just said, the Leave Britney Alone, that came out in 2007. It was by, the video was done by Chris Crocker, who is now Kara Cunningham. He has,
I didn't know that.
he has transitioned, or
okay.
she has, what do you say?
I
don't know what
know.
you say here. Formerly known as Chris Crocker by Kara Cunningham in 2007. That is when the news first broke that the dad was trying to get conservatorship over her. I actually had to look that up, but just because I wanted to see what the fucking definition was. So I'm going to read y'all what the definition of this is. Conservatorship definition is the appointment of a guardian or protector by a judge to manage the financial affairs and or daily life of another person due to old age or physical or mental limitations. The conservator, that's the person who's in charge, so in this case it's her dad, can either be just over their financial shit, like if they think you're nuts and you're like trying to buy football teams for no reason and they're like, wait a minute, but let the bitch buy a football team, whatever. Or they can also be over the person, which is where they are now in charge of everything. Your health care, where you live, I mean, what time you fucking go to bed, all of that. A conservator of the person is normally called a legal guardian. And I'm assuming that that's what they refer to her dad as. He's her legal guardian, even though she's 40 years old. Conservatorship may refer to the legal responsibilities over a person who is mentally disordered, including individuals who are psychotic, suicidal, demented, incapacitated, or in some other way unable to make their own decisions. It's supposed to be for people that are very, very, very fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, this came about after Britney's very public fucking breakdown, and I know everybody remembers. You know, she shaved her head, she beat the fuck out of the paparazzi, got her kids taken away from her. At this time, y'all know she was 27 years old, though. I didn't know she was that old then. I knew she was an adult, but I didn't know she was damn near 30 when all of this happened. But, so the dad, you know, after all of this had happened, she ended up having to be evaluated. They took her to the hospital, kept her, I think, 72 hours or whatever, evaluated her. The dad, James Parnell Spears, he's like, yeah, she's nuts, though. She can't do her own shit. You need to put me in charge of everything. Well, for whatever reason, the fucking judge just did it. But according to this, like, the definition, 27-year-old shaving her head is not reason to grant that.
Right.
So I tried to find transcripts or videos or anything of the original, because I had to have like not a trial, but like a hearing.
Yeah, a court hearing.
I can't find anything because there's shit going on right now. All that's coming up is the hearings now.
Right, yeah.
I could not find anything. In 2008, he was granted conservatorship over her. He, though, is a giant fucking jackass. He has a history of alcohol abuse, several divorces, restraining orders. He went to rehab in 2004. And 4 years later, a judge is like, oh, she shaved her head? Yeah, you should be in charge of everything that she does. And that just doesn't seem right to me.
And she beat the windows out of a van of the paparazzi.
But the paparazzi are fucks. Like,
Right.
I'm glad she did that shit.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, she didn't do anything that, like, you know, in the 80s, like every heavy metal band that trashed a hotel room. Or,
Exactly.
I mean,
and that's why I was trying to find what they used to where they were like, yes, this is what she needs. Because let her shave her fucking head. Who gives a shit?
maybe he was just the first one to try. Like, maybe if, you know, somebody had taken, like, Axl Rose, like, you know, like, in front of a judge, they might have, like, given him a conservative.
Kind of the way I see it, though, is like, she was really young when she became famous, and
She was doomed from the start.
no.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm getting at is like they were getting all that money from her work, and then as she got older, you know, maybe she got to the point to where she realized like, hey, they're taking all my money. Time to start thinking about cutting them off, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, she shaved her head. Boom, give me the money.
I absolutely think it was all about the money. I did some digging. Can't find anything about the dad before this. Nothing about a job, and you know, I don't know what the fuck you know, other than beating his multiple wives and going to jail. You know, other than that, you can't really fucking find anything about him. I do know that she now, well, since then, I think it said February 2009. She had to pay him because he's her conservator. $16,000 a month is what she has paid him. From February 2009 all the way up until he
What
actually...
kind of normal person needs that amount of money? Though?
Nobody, but hold on, check this
But
out.
also, she's his kid.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It should be his duty, but she's an adult, so I guess... You know, like if she was underage, she would have
I understand. Even if she's an adult, if he's having to take care of her, yeah, he needs to be paid for his services. But $16,000 a month.
Check this out,
Really?
though. She's paying him $16,000 a month, and you know he is in charge of everything. He is in charge of her financial stuff. He set her allowance. She only gets $8,000 a month. He gets twice what she gets of her own fucking money. This is all about the money, man. Fuck that guy. But he actually stepped aside in 2019 because of health problems, and a new lady stepped in. His name has not been taken off of anything. He's still, I guess, co-conservator or whatever.
So in other words, he's probably still getting checked.
He's still in there. Oh yeah, he's still getting paid. He's still, as far as I know, he's
It's
still.
like a company renaming itself. He's still in charge, but
Yeah.
someone else has the power or whatever
Yeah.
now. But he's really
Technically, you're the CEO now.
now they can take more money for a second person while he still gets his $692,000 a fucking year.
Yeah,
The
and
fuck?
I looked it up, and like, I mean, she's giving him it's millions of dollars.
That's what
But
to do what?
and Britney's
Tell her to
mom
go to fucking Vegas and perform.
was not even involved in any of this until 2018. She said she knew about it when it first happened, when he first filed, and the whole family agreed that she needed it because she shaved her head. You know, there's got to be more. Also, keep in mind that she lost her kids to Kevin Federline.
right. Yeah.
So there's
And
got
she
to
also
be.
married Kevin Federline.
But it is real. It's kind of rare for the dad to get the kids. So what did she do to where they got Kevin Federline?
The only
fucking
thing I
kids?
remember is the thing about her like driving with the kid.
That was the thing. And after that,
Like in her lap.
She
Was it in
got-
her lap or just in the front.
No, she was holding the kid.
Hold the kid in her
but
lap.
so she got in trouble for that. And she had to. They had court ordered random drug testing, and she missed one. And they gave her until it was like I guess on Friday or whenever they told her she had until that following Monday to produce a valid California driver's license, and she didn't. And that's why they took the kids and gave them to him.
Because she didn't have a license?
And she missed her random drug appointment.
I don't know anything about Kevin Federline,
I
I
don't
know-
either, really.
but I know all the pictures I've seen of him, he looks like a sleazebag.
Yeah, I mean, and what was he? He was like
Her
a rapper.
backup dancer.
He was, I think he was a dancer. But
was
then
a
he
backup
tried, I
dancer.
think maybe he tried to be.
He did. He had a song called Popo Zal. That was his big single. There's a video you can watch online of him digging it to fucking Popo Zal.
Popo's out.
I swear to God, that's
What is
it.
that?
That sounds terrible.
It's just like a Caribbean beat. Like, just look up Popo Zal
I'm gonna have
and
to.
Kevin Federline.
Man, and there's so many times I wish that we could insert snippets of songs and movies and shit in here, but we would immediately get fucking busted.
Yeah.
Because I would put in Popo's out right here. So, I did not know about this, but there's a documentary coming out on Netflix September 28th, which will be Tuesday, or yesterday if y'all are listening on episode drop day. So, and also her next hearing is the 29th, which will be today if y'all are listening on the episode drop day. I didn't know any of that. But they're hoping that at this hearing today, they are going to completely remove her father. She was finally granted. He ran everything. He even appointed her lawyers. So every time that she's tried to take him to court to get him taken off of there, he picked the lawyers that represented her. And she finally won where she was able to get her own fucking lawyers. I mean, the whole fucking thing is just stupid. It's just stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, lawyers work for the people that are paying them. And if he's picking the lawyers, he's probably paying for it.
Yeah, and because he owns all the
She's
money,
paying
so,
for it, really.
but it looks like it's coming
I
from
know
him.
it's so
I
fucked
mean,
up. I know. He's just in charge of it.
She's paying for it,
So
but it's
stupid.
coming out of his bank account.
That's what I'm
you know.
saying. Yeah, he's in charge of it, but it's
Yeah.
actually her money. That's so fucking crazy.
Jamie Lynn Spears is the sister of Britney Spears. I remember her from Zoe 101. Did y'all watch Zoe 101?
I watched that show.
You want to know where I
Because
remember
I'm
her
young, I remember that show.
Where do you remember her from?
from? Tell me if I'm talking about the right person. Like, there was the whole debacle on like Saturday Night Live where she was supposed to be performing. Is that not her?
That's somebody else.
That's the sister. That's what's her name? Sister Hillary Duff.
Oh, I don't have any idea what the hell y'all are talking about.
The girl that did the jig on Saturday Night Live after her
I
song
swear
was
I
off.
thought that was.
That was Ashley Simpson.
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, just
Oh,
okay. I knew it was
Shit, I
somebody's
suck.
sister. I
I'm
thought it
sorry.
was-
Then, I don't know who the
Yeah,
fuck Jamie
where-
Lynn Spears is. This
Where
out
she
there.
was doing
Yeah.
her song and the CD started skipping.
Jamie Lynn Spears is from Zoe 101.
Okay.
In 2018, she was added as trustee of Britney's estate. So she is now over the money, but the dad is also over the money because he's still in with the conservatorship, so I don't really know how that works. She worked on the show Zoe 101, who was directed by Schneider's Bakery Productions, which
Dan
was
Schneider.
ran by Dan Schneider. Y'all remember the debacle with Dan Schneider. He got booted from Nickelodeon for being a goddamn perv. He did Zoe 101, he did iCarly, he did the Amanda Show. He had a weird foot fetish. I don't know if y'all remember, but Nickelodeon's fucking logo for a while was a foot.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all watched. You said you watched Zoe. I don't remember if there was feet shit in Zoe. iCarly, there was always fucking foot shit.
Sending
know-
pictures of your feet.
Yeah,
the
that
whole
would be
thing.
contests.
Yeah.
Sending pictures of draw faces on your toes and do a little video. And
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird as
Yeah.
fuck.
I know about the whole foot thing.
yeah, the foot thing is fucking wild. Zoe 101
help that.
ended. I watched the show. I liked the show. I don't remember it being a weird ending but apparently it ended abruptly. Soon after, Jamie had a baby. Rumors started circling. These are still unsubstantiated rumors, by the way.
But how old was she?
But I don't know. I did
Like
not look that up.
17.
But
She
yeah,
was young as
she was
shit.
young as fuck. And rumors are that Dan Schneider was the father of that baby.
That's what I heard too.
She has actually, and I'm assuming that this is because of all the shit going on now. Everything is coming out. But she tweeted not so long ago that is not why the show ended. It ended because her contract was up. James, the father, and Jamie Lynn say that the Free Britney movement is just a bunch of bullshit and conspiracy theorists. They say they're getting death threats. You know, they're like, she's fucking nuts. She needs somebody. But then Jamie, the sister,
If
posts
she's
shit
so
all
nuts,
the
how
time.
come she can perform every night?
Well, that's my thing too, right? She has been performing this whole time.
Yeah, she's
like
a whole
7
Vegas
days a
show.
week in
Yeah.
fucking Vegas, but she's too crazy to spend her own money.
So
None
she,
of this makes any sense.
She might actually need help, but I don't think it should be the kind of help they think they're going to get.
Well, Britney herself has come out and said she just doesn't want her dad in there. She's like, this is for shit. She's like, if you want to keep, she likes the lady that's with her now. She's like, if you want to keep her, you know, that's fine, but this motherfucker needs to go.
So I'm thinking though, like, if they think she needs help that much, why are they not seeking professional treatment? Why are they like, yeah, just put me in charge?
He
you know?
acts also as her psychologist. He prescribes drugs for her.
Is he licensed?
Probably fucking not. So I don't know how that
He
works.
probably took one of those online
Well, he couldn't
courses.
just be a psychologist. He would have to be a psychiatrist. He would have to be an MD to prescribe drugs.
Or does he?
He took one of those online courses.
Maybe he took one of those online courses. Or
He's
maybe,
the doctor in Guatemala. Or
maybe,
something.
or maybe he talks to or hired her and suggests what drugs she gets. But he is over literally fucking everything. And I mean, it's just fucking nuts. They're all fucking insane. I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I did find today, I didn't know it was a thing, there is a subreddit called IRL Easter Eggs. It's in real life Easter eggs. Dale's Pale Ale, which is a beer, started printing Free Britney on the bottom of their cans.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know
actually
that.
think
We
I
have
might
some.
have some
We
in
do
the
have
fridge.
some.
Oh shit, go look and see if it says Free Britney on the
Ours is pretty old. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would still be during the Free Britney movement. It's not that fucking old.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You can't remember a few months old beer be bad.
Yeah.
It's got to be someone recently. Yeah.
But that's all I got about them. They're fucking nuts.
Did you just put your cup down directly beside the coaster that says, "Not on the table, bitch."
I did. And I apologize. It's empty. I don't guess that matters. It's not empty either.
You're just a fucking liar.
I'm here telling lies.
She picked it up before she said it was empty.
But that's all I got for the Spearses. Also, just putting it out there one more time. He went to rehab in 2004. 4 years later, he gets to be over everything. She got knocked up when she was fucking 17 by the weird Nickelodeon foot guy, and now she's in charge of everybody's money. Who was making these fucking decisions?
I mean, it just amazes me that it got to that point, because there are people who have, like, killed people and got out and aren't getting the type of, oversight that she gets.
And, I mean, just based on the fucking definition, yeah, I mean, maybe she's nice, but she's an adult. Let her be fucking nuts. She took her kids. I mean, she can't really she ain't hurt nobody else.
Right.
If they think she's nuts, they need to get her professional help, not somebody that has an emotional interest, because that's their kid.
I'm with you. Like, I can't see, like, she's so crazy she can't take care of herself, but she doesn't need to be put anywhere or evaluated. Or
And she has to go to work every day.
Exactly,
and she
yeah.
has to
She has
learn
to go
these
work in
routines.
Vegas. Yeah.
And so she's sound enough of mind to get down a whole routine in Vegas, but she can't control her own money.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Alright, what you got?
Alright, my fucked up family is Malcolm in the Middle family. That is, we never know their last name.
Oh, no, we do. I know their last name.
Yeah, what is their last name?
It's Wilkerson.
Oh, yeah, it's on a piece of mail or something someone saw sideways. I forgot.
It's Hal and Lois Wilkerson.
Yeah, Hal and Lois are the
It's like an
parents.
Easter egg or something that only Karen knows.
Nice, thank you.
I love
Yeah.
Malcolm in the
And
Middle.
then you have the 4 kids, well, 5 eventually, but to start off with, Francis, the oldest one, Reese, who is now the oldest one at home because Francis is at military academy, Malcolm, the smart one, and Dewey, the musical one. And then Jamie eventually gets born, like, in the 6th season or something, like, right before the end. But they were super fucked up, always fighting, like... If anybody has specifics, y'all can jump in at any time. I'll just talk about some random shit.
This isn't a fight, but my favorite fucking episode is the one where Reese starts hanging out with the dogs. And then he's standing in the kitchen. Yeah, he's standing in the kitchen, and like the mailman or something comes up, and he's going, What? You don't live here. We live here. What? It's fucking hilarious.
I also like the episode because at some point he's at the back of the pack, he moves his way forward, and he's asking one of the other dogs what to do, and the dog looks at him, and he's freaked out because this pack of dogs is looking at him for leadership. It reminds me of where he has all the butterflies, and they all come out like he has the 8,000 worms named, or what? Not worms, caterpillars, yeah. And he's like, oh, it's Carl, and then they all start coming out and attacking him, like, with butterflies.
I love Malcolm in the
Yeah.
Middle. I could watch that shit over
But
and
they are
over.
a super fucked up family. Malcolm's the smart one, who also gets made fun of for being a Krellboyne, which is the last name of, Mr. Goddammit,
Seymour.
yeah, Seymour Krellboyne from,
Little Shop of
Little Shop of Horrors. I'm
Horrors.
sorry. I'm blanking. We're a lot of shots deep.
Their nerd club is named after the character in Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You didn't know that?
No, because I don't watch
You don't watch
this.
Malcolm in the Middle?
No, but I knew Krellborn.
Yeah, but that's what they call all the other kids. Look at that Krellboyne coming in. Yeah, that's what they call
Yeah.
him. So yeah, Malcolm's the smart one. Reese is the I guess he would be the school bully basically. Dewey just likes to play his music and kind of hang out in the background and get beat up pretty much. Like he's the crier. Like he's like their mule basically. He does whatever they want. And then of course Francis is off in military school having his. Oh my God! So many fucked up things he does. He's almost the worst of all of them. When he fucks with the commandant. I love Hal because he's never worked on a Friday. My favorite thing.
Oh, yeah.
He has to go to court at some point because the company he works for tries to blame him for something.
Like, it's like embezzlement or something. Like
Yeah,
his ass
and
is
then
about to go to
every
jail for a
date
long
happens to be a
fucking time.
Friday, and he's never worked a Friday in 10 years. 'cause he
Lois
has
gets
tickets
super
and-
pissed. She's like, you mean to tell me that you haven't worked on a Friday in 25 years? And he's like, I love you, honey.
Lois is super fucked up. She's like the mean... Well, I guess she has to be mean to everybody. She's the mean mom. But is she causing it, or is she
She
is
was
she
with a
the
bunch of
symptom?
shitty fucking men. I understand.
Well, I guess if you look at the flashbacks, she's all kind of normal until the kids start doing crazy shit, and she has to be even crazier to stop them. Like, remember, she has to hold the bear or whatever in the fireplace because Francis keeps doing crazy shit. Like, he keeps trying to
Oh
do
yeah,
this
and do
start
you
shit on
remember?
fire and stuff. Yeah, it's really
at the
them.
beginning, it shows where they're like rich, and Francis is little, but they're rich, and Hal has a real good like upscale fucking job. And then here's goddamn Francis just like drawing all over everything, and like that's what makes them like
Always
they
trying to
just
start
fucking,
fires and shit.
They got
Yeah.
nuts, and now he works at it wherever the hell he works. I don't know if he ever even tells what he's done. But yeah, when they start out, they're fucking rich, and so like they're used to being rich, and then all of a sudden that's why she's pissed.
Yeah.
She remembers that shit.
I like the one where Craig ends up, I don't know how he messes up. He breaks like his arms and his legs, and he gets a pet monkey / servant type thing. Like, shines, and the monkey is trying to kill him. Lois keeps coming over to help him and doesn't believe him. I want to say the boys are actually somehow involved, and they're the reason he's all fucked up. But that's probably one of my favorite episodes, is because I like Craig too. He's goofy and dumb as shit. I like when the monkeys all trying to kill him. That's a good one. And then when Hal wants to be a painter, and he
makes
paints
the
the perfect
painting.
thing, and then everything falls off and almost kills him. I think that's two of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, I don't know the show well enough to talk about. Like, I've seen it sporadically.
I know. I like the one where Dewey has a friend, and he's like, pictures belong on the things that they're pictures of, and he finds a naked picture of Lois and sticks it on her
It's the
back.
little redheaded boy from his class when he gets put in the special class, and he always has to wear shit on his hands because he bites you. He's the biter, yeah. But the reason this was the fucked up family and conspiracies is if you can find the video out there, we'll put a link to it. There's a video of Hal waking up from a bad dream. Hal's talking to Lois and explaining about how he had this terrible dream, and there was this man that never talked. He only rang a bell. And there was this kid there who had clothes that didn't fit, and he always said the B word. He doesn't say bitch, of course. He's like, hey, see, he said the B word, like science B, and this B, and I was making drugs, and this and that, and then Lois is just, you're not getting out of taking the kids in the morning. You're gonna drive them. I don't, but I haven't told you the worst part. You got 2 minutes. Well, I made bombs and killed people. Like, he is just, it shows you how good of a fucking actor Bryan Cranston is, that he's right back down, like Hal, but you can see him, and it's just, the little video is just about 2 minutes long, but it almost makes them in the same universe. I don't know if there's shared writers, but I feel like they could be in the same universe. He could be the one who knocks. I am the one who knocks.
Watch the video, and there is a very funny knocking part in that video. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but watch that fucking video.
Yeah. I've
actually also heard, and I didn't look into it, so I don't know. It wouldn't work. It's supposed to be that Hal lives, or Walter White lives at the end of Breaking Bad and gets put into witness protection. But the timeline doesn't fit.
He would be too old.
Yeah, the timeline, because Malcolm in the Middle is first. So it would have to be he goes nuts during Malcolm in the Middle and then decides to be Walter White, which still doesn't work. So somebody out there, though, has made it work. You can just Google it. There's YouTube videos.
Every Friday that Hal is taken off, he has lived
That's
his
the day he's
second
gonna
life
Second math.
with what's the annoying kid and his wife,
Jesse Pinkman?
what's her name? Sparkle or Sky or something? What's his wife's name? From
Who's wife?
Breaking Bad.
Sky?
Isn't it?
Skylar.
Yeah, Skylar, yeah, and then the kid who's really annoying. I like him, he's a good actor, but yeah.
Don't know that.
He's visiting them every Friday. That's how he has a second life going on.
Double life
That's the
going
only
on.
way. That's the only way it works. Because it
Yeah.
had to be parallel. It couldn't be before or after.
Have to be at the same time.
Yeah. Because with each kid being there, the way ages they are, Francis is about the same age as their son there when it starts. So, because it's like
Maybe
early
Francis
2000s.
saw him cooking or something, and that's why he got sent to military school.
Get him away.
Yeah.
Give him to the commandant.
Stitch it.
Man, because
Stitches. I was already going to say it. I read your... Yeah, that's mine. I got it. That's all I got for that, but I liked it.
I like it too. I love Malcolm in the Middle.
I think it is a fun topic.
What? You don't live here. We live here. Like, I swear to God, there is no funnier episode of any show ever than that shit right there. All right, Kelly, what you got?
So when I think about fucked up families, I think about criminal families. And when I think about criminal families, I think about the motherfucking mob.
Motherfucking Mizzo.
And specifically, I think about the Italian mob, like the New York mob. So I want to talk about how organized crime families came to be. And so that actually started in New York in 1931. Prior to 1931, the mob was still operating, but it was very gang-like. It was like each individual territory had their own mob, and they all operated independently, and there was chaos, and they were fighting and all that shit. So in 1931, Salvatore Maranzano organized all of the New York gangs into 5 families. And those 5 families were the Maranzano, the Profaci, the Mangano, the Luciano, and the Gagliano. And those were the crime families of New York. So each family had their own hierarchy, so they each had their own boss. But Salvatore Maranzano was known as the boss of all bosses. So all of those bosses reported into him. That shit didn't go well at all. And that actually lasted less than a year.
Who would have thought?
So that same year, Lucky Luciano, he hired 4 hitmen to pose as taxmen and raid Maranzano's office. And that happened on September 10th, 1931. Once inside, the 4 hitmen, they stabbed Maranzano 4 times in the chest, stomach, and face. Then they strangled him. Then they shot him 6 times at close range.
That seems like a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah. They were not happy about the boss of all bosses.
I guess
nobody liked that shit at all.
they're sending a message.
So what happened then is Lucky Luciano, he abolished the role of boss of all bosses. That shit never existed again. And he established the commission. So the commission consisted of the bosses of the 5 New York families, as well as the bosses of the Chicago and Buffalo crime families. The commission would oversee all mafia activities in the U.S. and mediate disputes between families from 1931, and that shit still happens today. The only difference is that in 2017, Canada took over the Buffalo crime family, so now we're international with our mafia shit, I guess. But other than that,
What kind of mafia shit does Canada have going on?
I had no idea until I saw this, but apparently
they seem too nice.
yeah,
for
but
mob
apparently
shit.
Canada is running Buffalo right now. But other than that, the commission has existed from 1931 until today.
Has there been a change in types of mafia crimes since Canada took over? Are they nicer now?
Well, I guess you would have to look at Buffalo specifically to see if shit in Buffalo, and I didn't.
Yeah. I just can't wrap my mind around Canada having mafia.
Yeah, Canada has the mob, and they are running Buffalo right now. But other than that, so the commission right now consists of the 5 New York families and Chicago. In the spirit of family, we received a message from a very dear member of our pod family. So here is a story from alleged retired Chicago mobster and confirmed pod mafia boss, Chicago Tony V.
Hello, everybody, and indeed, Chicago Tony V here. And I have an interesting alleged mob story that goes really way back. I think I'll call this my, for sure, my first alleged mob story. So, I actually grew up, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, with someone who came from Chicago mob royalty, let's call it. I'm not going to name names because that's not what I do, but just trust me. Pretty prominent family from the alleged Chicago underworld. And I used to go to my friend's house to play, probably starting, I don't know, let's say I was 8 or 9 years old, something like that. And there's so many things that it's funny in hindsight. You know, it should have been obvious to me, but I was a kid, so what do I know? You know, they had like security cameras. They had metal gates that came down over the windows. They had, back in those days, they had the very stereotypical guard dogs, Doberman pinschers. And, but one thing that I just thought was kind of funny that I wanted to share, they had, when I would hang out over there, there were just these dudes. It's like I'm there with my friends, right? And I'm with my friend's mom. Now, I never, ever saw my friend's dad, who was the operator, shall we say. And, but there were these dudes hanging out and that were not, related. I knew enough to know that. And I just says to my buddy, who are these guys? Oh, it's our mechanic. So everyone that was hanging out there was obviously a bodyguard. Basically, they were there 24/7. That's my mechanic. And as a little kid, it's funny. I just accepted that. No problem. It is what it is. Okay, whatever. Apparently, they have lots of car troubles. So, anyway, that's really my earliest memory on anything to do with the alleged underworld.
Thank you so much, Tony. We love you.
We love you so much, Tony. So I want to talk about a specific family, and it's not a Chicago family, it's a New York family, but I want to talk about the Bonanno family. So after Lucky Luciano ordered the hit on Salvatore Maranzano, he placed 26-year-old Joe Bonanno in charge of the family. And that made him the youngest crime boss in Mafia history. So at that point, he's like, well, fuck. What the fuck do I do? I'm about to be a target because, I'm young and, everybody's going to be after me. So he buddied up with another crime boss, Joe Profaci. And they became buds, and they were having a great time, and they're doing mob shit. And eventually, Joe's son, Salvatore, a.k.a. Bill, married Profaci's niece in 1956. So this whole time, that you've got Joe Bonanno and Joe Profaci, and those two crime families are buds, and they have this alliance. So also at this time, Tommy Lucchese and Carlo Gambino are forming their own alliance. So you have one alliance here and another alliance going on here. In 1962, Joe Profaci died from liver cancer. And at that point, Joe Bonanno was like, fuck. Because now you have the Lucchese and Gambino clan, and here's him by himself. And he's like, fuck, they're going to try to hone in on my territory, I'm a target, all of this shit might happen to me. So Bonanno put out a hit on Lucchese and Gambino. However, the hitman turned out to be a snitch, and he ran to the commission. So Joe Bonanno found out, that he had been, snitched out, and he fled to Montreal. He eventually returned to Manhattan in October of 1964, and he was actually kidnapped on Park Avenue on October 21st, 1964, by two mobsters. And this had been ordered because he had ordered the hit on two crime bosses. So, the commission had ordered these mobsters to pick him up. So, they actually allowed him to live, which I don't know why. I didn't find any reason why they allowed him to live, but they did. They're just like, you can live, you just need to go away. So, he went to Arizona, and there he lived to the ripe old age of 97. I want to talk about the Banana War, because all of this is happening because Joe Bonanno is in trouble. So Joe Bonanno is also known as Joe Bananas. That's like his nickname. They all have them. Sonny Black. all of that.
I mean, can you imagine though, like sitting in a mob meeting, right? Because I feel like they're super like, they're all wearing their shit, they're smoking their cigars, they're drinking their scotch or whatever. They're like, well, you know what we got to do? We got to get Joey Bananas in here. Joey Bananas, he'll take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I have a whole thing about Joe Bananas, and y'all would know this better than me. So on Wikipedia, if you Wikipedia Joe Bananas, you get Joe Banana. But it says, for the American rapper known as Joe Bananas, see Old Dirty Bastard. So do y'all know that that's a thing?
No, but I'm
I don't know
Googling
if you
it.
remember Old Dirty Bastard changed his name a bunch of times. He
So,
was
apparently
Old
he
Dirty
was
Bastard,
also-
he was ODB, he was,
Our resident Googler is passed out over here. I'll be posting a
what
picture in a minute.
was
but,
ODB after he was ODB for a while? He
I only know him as Old Dirty Bastard or ODB.
But apparently he was also Joe Bananas, but
at
not
one point, he was
like
the
notorious enough to overturn the Joe
the
Bananas.
old dirty
from Joey
Chinese
Banana.
shop at the end of the road. At some point, I don't know if it's a movie or what, they say that's his new name.
So while you're Googling, I'm going to talk about the banana
Do
war.
it, yeah. I'm looking.
So, after Joe Banana left, the commission chose Gaspare de Gregorio to lead the Banana family. And he's sort of related. He's like a brother-in-law of a cousin or some shit.
Oh my god, he also at one time called himself Dirt
McGurk. I'm looking up, yeah,
I
it was
heard
ODB,
that and
Dirt
never knew
McGurk,
that was him.
Joe Bananas, and Big Baby Jesus, and then, like I said, Old Dirty Chinese Restaurant. It's
So he's
ODB.
Joe Bananas, but he's not the famous Joe Bananas because Joey Banano is the famous Joe Banana.
Yeah.
So
I feel like ODB, even if we're going by criminality, is more somehow more famous.
Nope, listen to Kelly's got to say
because
it.
the Bananos are actually the most violent crime family in history. And like when you're looking at movies about the mob, you're looking at the Bananos usually. Joe Banana, he's in Arizona at this point, and the commission has chosen Gaspare de Gregorio to lead the Banana family. And he's sort of related, so he's like a brother-in-law of a cousin or some bullshit like that. And Joe's son, Salvatore, is like, that's fucking bullshit. So he rallied, the people to challenge that leadership. He's like, no, this fucker shouldn't be leading the family, So the first shots fired in the Banana War were on January 28th, 1966. And De Gregorio's followers had fired at Salvatore and chased him over a backyard fence in Brooklyn. So nobody was hurt at that point in time. Later that year, the commission just completely got tired of everybody's bullshit and replaced De Gregorio with Paul Siaka. But the Banana War continued. In November 1968, the article Mafia Leaders Settled Banana War appeared in the New York Times. And I just want to read what their introduction said because I think it's fabulous. And I usually don't do this, but I'm citing, so, This came from the New York Times. The introduction read, "The Banana War, marked by at least 6 murders here and several other shootings and bombings in Arizona, has come to a halt in a negotiated peace based on a redistribution of rackets in the New York metropolitan area, long controlled by Joseph Joe Bananas Bonanno. Under terms of the treaty, some details of which are still before an underworld board of arbitration, Bonanno and his son Salvatore Bill retain interests in rich enterprises in other parts of the nation, but recognize Paul Siaka, choice of the Mafia's National Commission, as boss over their former fiefs in the East." And that actually came from a 1968 article when this actually happened.
So like mob shit is still happening right now.
Oh yeah. Is that the first article about them in New York Times? I was just wondering, the one you were just talking
Oh,
about?
probably not the first. No,
Okay.
probably
Oh yeah,
not.
definitely not. The New York Times would have been writing
Yeah.
about them since. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I was just specifically wanting to do the Banana War because that was a fight within the family. So it's a fucked up family fucking each other up.
Yeah.
And also the mob is such a huge topic. I needed to center on something. But I did find in the New York Times, June 18th, 2019, headline, "Killing of mobster at McDonald's was ordered by his son," prosecutors say.
What?
March 13th, 2019, the Bonanno family, after claiming ethnic profiling, 2 accused of being mobsters are acquitted. October 11th, 2018, arrest in deadly vendetta against mob figure only thickens the plot. August 26th, 2018. Echoes of gunshots and Goodfellas on a quiet Bronx street.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and that's just a few. Like if you, and I looked at Banana. Like if you looked at Mob, like it would probably be all over the place.
Oh my god!
I don't know if y'all like mob movies.
I do.
I love them. I actually have some shit
So
written down
Donnie
about 'em.
Brasco.
That's a good one.
That's the Bananas.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
The Lufthansa heist from the Goodfellas. That's the Bananas.
That's
Now that you woke me up, I can
Are
go
you ready to go?
I'll go
let's
on.
do it. Because I had a whole thing that I had wanted to talk about.
to interrupt my. You woke me up just so you could interrupt my topic. What
No,
the fuck?
no, I had something to go along. No, I have
That's
something
bullshit.
that goes along with your topic that I could have put along with his topic, but I was waiting on yours.
All right, so like Ryan, I also picked television, but mine is all cartoons, animated, because every fucking animated cartoon family is fucked up. So I talked to Kelly about it, and I brought up King of the Hill, and she argued that the Hills are a wholesome family.
Hold on, because I was about to say that too. If you take out Cotton,
Yeah.
So think about it. Because Kelly listed
Hank is fairly supportive. He helped him when we went to do the fucking flower raising and went to the pot store and bought all the shit. Like, he calls him weird and shit, but he usually is fairly supportive of all the stuff, unless he's, like, up late at night reading clown magazines in his room under the bed. He's pretty supportive.
So, in my defense, and these are topics that I brought up with Kelly, you have Peggy, the mom, who is always worried about what she wants to do. She wants to be the best substitute. She wants everybody to love her.
she's the worst substitute. That bitch can't speak
She-
a single word.
But her apple brown Peggy is the best.
But she is always worried about Peggy.
Yeah. She's a narcissist or whatever.
What does Peggy want?
In her opinion, the day after Thanksgiving is the busiest shopping day of the year. No, that's just the fact,
Right.
Peggy. Like, she really does think everything revolves around her.
So then you have Hank, the dad,
I tell you what.
who is fairly wholesome and supportive, but he spends a lot of his time ignoring his family, just out in the alley drinking with his friends.
He drinks in the alley every night, actually, if you really watch the show. It is every single night, pretty much. And he gets mad when he can.
Exactly. And a lot of times when Bobby or Peggy want to do something, he doesn't immediately support them.
Do y'all remember the
he's-
one where he was cheating on his family with the guy that had the same kind of truck as him that he met in the parking lot of the Megalo Mart?
Yes. They made the dollhouse furniture.
Overall, they're not bad, but they're not good either.
The dysfunctional family is a TV trope. Like, it's
Yeah.
a formula. And the Hills don't meet it, but they also kind of don't meet anything else either. So that is a very interesting dynamic there. Because normally in the dysfunctional family, the woman would be like the paragon. The mom is, the one who, takes it on for everybody. The dad is bumbling and stupid. You have like some ungrateful kids. They're mean to each other, but not abusive to each other. But you also kind of see that they love each other. That doesn't really fit with the Hills because I wouldn't call Peggy the head of that family at all.
Yeah. Oh God no.
I mean,
no.
with the Hills, they're not to the point to where they're mean or abusive. They're just not a good family dynamic either.
They don't meet the formula, but I think that's an interesting pick.
Essentially, any cartoon animated family, they're all fucked up.
I
So
think it fits really well with The Simpsons.
the Belchers from Bob's Burgers,
Yeah.
one of my all-time
Can't let your kid if
favorites.
they're dead.
F is for family.
I like that
love
show. I like Bill
F is
Burr.
for
He's a great
Family
comedian.
so much. Yeah.
Like, that is the fucking definition of a fucked up family right there.
The Japanese mob movie is called The Outsider. That's about that. And it's a fairly true story. I mean, I'm sure it's embellished, but it's
Apparently true.
Fairly true.
like it's an actual thing that
I'm
happened.
gonna start saying that
amazing.
about everything that I say.
Yeah.
Based on a true story and fairly
true.
true. I like fairly true. It sounds better. Like I like the wording better than based on a true
F is
story.
for family is based on a true story.
It's fairly true.
It is, right? That's,
It is fairly
'cause-
true.
And
That
who
he
is
said
the
it's
guy?
his family. Bill Burr,
Burr.
the
Bill
comedian,
Burr.
stand up. Yeah.
I can't remember. Alright, so.
Dysfunctional Families. Good episode.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Even though I
Doing good
napped
things.
through like
I like
Yeah.
3 topics.
He slept through everybody's.
I didn't sleep through yours.
Mine's the one that put you to sleep.
I only slightly dozed off during yours. I am so tired that
I know.
I fell asleep
That's
standing
hard.
at the bar earlier.
Yeah.
I was just fucking standing there and went to sleep.
So, I guess that's all we've got for Fucked Up Families. We won't be able to title it Fucked Up Families, or you won't be able to share it anyway.
You can put
Yeah.
don't put an asterisk where you goes.
Had so much fun.
That was super fun.
I think it was fun. I mean, the part.
Matt has no idea. He'll have to listen. Oh my god, have you ever actually listened to the
He just
show?
listened to our
I've
show.
never-
He probably
You'll
still-
have to listen to this one. because
I have never listened to a full episode.
But I can't do podcasts. I need something that lasts way long, like a whole
do
story.
we
like
not
6
entertain
hours.
you?
Right?
Are you not entertained?
I can't do 6 podcasts a day. I need like 1 book. So if you have a good book recommendation, just throw it out there. For
Yeah,
Drunk
send them
Theory.
out there.
I love
Don't
books
send
and
them
books
on
and
theory because I don't give a shit about books. You send them to the silence.
Just
Yeah,
whichever.
Don't be trying to fuck up my inbox.
Right, yeah.
Flood that inbox with
But,
fucking book recommendations.
Do it.
I love
Do
Clive
it.
Barker. I love fucking Chuck Palahniuk. How do you pronounce it?
I always say Palaniuk.
I say Palahniuk. I think it's Palahniuk. I like
On the
fucking.
floor. And he's dancing.
And do y'all remember the Propaniacs?
Yes.
Yeah. So promo time this week. We've got Not Again podcast, which is fucking super fun. They're full ass adults that watch children's movies and critique them, and I mean it's just a lot of fun. So here's their shit.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the trailer for Not Again, the podcast that brings college-level analysis to preschool-level content. I'm one of your hosts, Rebecca. Flynn is a fox. I'm very fascinated by Flynn because Flynn is a predator, but also a child. So they have kind of like a bully recipient, victim? There we go. Bully victim relationship.
I kind of like bully recipient.
Bullying. Hello, my name is Rebecca. I'll be your bullying recipient today.
And I'm your other host, Alan. He doesn't mingle. He's a man of the Lord. So he just goes back to church, and eventually he decides, I'm going to tell everybody that she's got powers. So he turns around, he goes to the reception, and goes, guys, I don't know how to tell you this. I think the queen has ice powers. Yeah, we know. Everybody saw the ice.
Come join us every Saturday morning as we meticulously overanalyze kids' shows and movies that were never meant to be scrutinized that closely. Find us on Twitter at NotAgainPod. Bye, friends.
Bye.
That sounds super fun,
I
actually.
know, right? So I guess that's it.
Yep.
Anybody else got anything?
Nope.
Oh, don't forget, if we hit whoever our 5,000th follower is gets to pick our drink and our topic, and we are less than 20 away.
That's
time I
right.
checked.
That shit is coming.
So y'all get on that shit.
They also get something free.
No, they get to pick our topic and they get to pick our drink. That's it. Stop giving shit away.
I know, right? Shipping is expensive.
You're getting nothing then.
You know what they get? They get the link to our website where they can buy shit.
Oh, that's right. There you go.
There you go.
We were talking about this on Twitter, and I thought this was funny as hell. So it's Eli, okay, said Long Island iced tea and sex on the beach. And so I was like, so Long Island iced tea is the drink and sex on the beach is a conspiracy. I bet, it would take some digging, but I bet there's lots of conspiracies that started or somehow involve people fucking on a beach.
Probably.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind for
Like the firm?
I mean, sure. Whatever.
What the firm happened?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is on the beach with a girl and they use it to blackmail him.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he goes with Gene Hackman to talk to the
So y'all
dude, the
think
mob
outside
guy.
the
Yeah.
box for
It's
whatever
all thing.
topic. If
I
you're
like
the
John
big
Grisham, too.
5,000th winner. If not, we don't care about you, but whatever. That is not true. All right,
We love each
we're
and every
done.
one of you.
Thank y'all. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.